Hi everybody, welcome to 30 Day Booty. Today is day 18 and it must be your lucky day because 2 days in a row we're down on the ground. I'm actually going to give you a little bit of recovery today, which is not to say that it'll be easy, but it'll be easier. And I promise we're going to get back up and hit some squats and lunges and stuff tomorrow. Today though, we've got our band, we've got our mat, and we're gonna do a little maintenance, and we're gonna start off with some clamshells. So we're gonna take our band and we're gonna put it right up above the knee on the thighs. I've got a nice light band today because I feel like I need a little recovery day myself. You can use a heavier band. I don't mind if you work harder than me. And we're gonna come into this nice little side plank. If you prefer, you can come all the way down to the floor. Just make sure that you don't let your hips get too loosey-goosey and roll around as we go. So just to keep myself honest, I'm gonna come up here. However, that elbow needs to stay below the shoulder. It's a very real thing that people start creeping down in this, and then this puts the shoulder at a really compromised place. So let's not do that. And we're gonna touch our big toes together. We're gonna bend our knees right there, and we're gonna pull our knees forward. So we've got something like a 90-ish degree angle right there. Knees are forward, feels pretty stable. I'm gonna take my hand and put it on my hip so that we don't roll back and forth over that glute. So please feel free to put something soft under there if you need to. We're gonna start with some clamshells. We're gonna do 20 on each side. Big toes are touching, and we're just gonna open and close. So be aware from the get-go that your body is going to try to rock, which is nice to have a rocking body, but we're not going to do that today. We're going to have a stable hip, and that'll lead to having a rocking body later. You know what I mean? So this is really terrific maintenance work for anybody who has hips, and it's going to help us keep our posture strong. It's going to help us be better runners for those of us that are runners. It's going to help us feel a little bit less pain in the back and all of this. Just doing this sweet little clamshell exercise. Doesn't feel that sweet by the 20th rep, but it does not feel terribly punitive, I hope. And you can do these without the band, and that's okay. They're a little easier. If you are using the band, make sure that you're not, letting it snap you back. I'm gonna do 4 more, and I think that's probably more than 20. Feel it right there in the good stuff. And then relax. You can stretch that hip out if you want to. We're gonna come back to that same leg. This time I'm gonna flex my foot, and I'm gonna push my heel out. I'm not gonna let my toes come up, but instead I'm gonna drop them down a little bit so I stay right there. That leg doesn't really move. You can bring it forward if you want a little bit more resistance. I'm just gonna lift up and down, also 20 times. So thanks for letting me know how you're feeling about this. I really appreciate knowing that you're doing the work. If there's something you particularly like or don't like, let me know. I might not skip the stuff you don't like, but I like to know. Good. See me trying to sink into my shoulder there, so I'm gonna lift up out of it. 7, 6, ooh, that doesn't feel all that gentle anymore. 4, 3, and that, oh, was the end of that, just in time. We're gonna bring it up and over to the other side so we can start all over again. So again, it's okay, absolutely okay to be down here. It feels pretty good. In fact, I just wanna look at you and be heard a little bit more. Big toes touching. Knees are forward, and we're just gonna lift up and down. It starts off so easy. All the same, I'm gonna keep my hand here and keep that hip from rocking around. I think that's 10. Picking up my rib cage. Everything is abdominal work if we play our cards right. Nice. There's an 18. Good. A little bit of maintenance work. It's not gonna, give you a badonk-a-donk or anything for doing that kind of work, but having that kind of joint maintenance and stability maintenance allows you to do the bigger, better work that's really gonna add to that muscle mass if you want it. Otherwise, it just keeps us healthy, keeps us moving. I like the favors that it does for me as a runner. Everybody can stand to work their deep hip muscles. Belly's tight, breathing the whole time. This side doesn't feel quite as bad, so I feel like maybe I did too many on the other side. 5, 4, it's all right. 3, and boom, that was 20 of those. Our last 2 sets, we're gonna be on our back. I'm gonna keep this band. Sometimes we do this with the weight on the hips, and you are absolutely welcome to do so. I'm not going to today. I'm just gonna keep my legs out a little bit wide. Hands are down by my side. I'm just gonna lift and drop. So I'm letting that band pull my knees in just a little bit, but they're not actually dipping in. I'm not taking them in and out as I go. I'm just feeling that resistance as it tries to squeeze me in. And as a result, I'm getting a little bit more of that gluteus medius as I'm doing my lifting. So I'm not tucking and rolling like I'm doing any sort of body roll there, but just lifting up with my shoulder blades on the ground, taking it up and down, drawbridge style. Bridge up, bridge down. I'll do 7 more. You do 20 of those, or to wherever you want them to be. You can put them there and get a little help with the lift. You can get them up out of the way and use your core a little bit more. And 1. Good. A little shakeout, a little recovery. And our last set, we've done before, we're gonna do diamond-shaped legs. You can keep that band on or you can bring it off. I'm gonna move my heels a little closer to my butt so that I can get just a little bit more lift. So there's a lot of work going on trying to keep the knees open. When I say a lot of work, it's not painful work. It's not super, super strengthy. It's just a little extra level of engagement. You see how they want to bounce in when I come down. Try not to do that. Good. So that's 10. I'm going to do 10 more. I'm just going to take the band out for the last 10 so that you can remember that it's a little easier to keep those knees open wide without that band. Both are good. The one you'll stay consistent with, the work that you'll stay consistent with is always the best work. So your preference counts a little bit. I'm gonna do 4 more. And that, guys, that was 17 days of glute work. We got 13 more to go. We'll be standing upright and holding some weights in hand tomorrow, and I will see you then.